Dang it, I keep going to the wrong stuff. Okay. We're on the right thing. I kept clicking the wrong things. But what's going on, everyone? Welcome to the JDW Sports Talk Show, where every fan is welcome. We're here at Season 2, Episode 17. Man, we killing it. We killing it. You guys are killing it on the Discord, giving us hot takes. We're killing it. And we have 5 hot takes for you to go through, and then we'll just go from there. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to stay for any extra chit chat or not, but you know what? We're here. Episode 17 of Season 2 is officially here for Hot Take Tuesday. All right, man. Our first hot take is from Joshua Kissinger. First of all, let's check if we got any comments. What's up, the Cool Cast? What's up, man? I appreciate you for tuning in. So, first hot take we have here is from Joshua Kissinger. How you doing, Cool Cats? How you doing? How's everyone doing? Colts beat Jags at home 24-17. 17. I made a typo, made an error, but it's 17. Don't think it's 7. The Colts won't beat the Jaguars 24-7. That is piping hot. But that's not the hot take. The hot take is beating the Jags 24-17. So, my thing is, it's week 1, right? Anything could happen. You never know. You see teams that are bad, that beat good teams, and you question the good teams, and you overhype the bad teams. That's exactly how the first 3 weeks of the NFL is. It's exactly what it is. You overhype the bad teams, and you underestimate the good teams. Very easy to do, because there's not a lot of tape out on new offenses, new coaches, in different places, bunch of new players. Everything is different. And you could say that they have preseason tape, but preseason doesn't reveal much. These coaches never want to reveal what they want to do in preseason. They keep things very simple. They just want to see what players have what. Who can complete these simple tasks? Who can become a great player at one of these positions? Is the thing live? Okay, good. My thing was screwed up. But so, the Colts beating the Jags at home. It's likely, but it's not. I'm going to say it's unlikely, so I'm going to go warm. I'm going to go warm just because, the Jags are so damn good. And they're especially good in the spots that match up very well against the Colts. matchup very bad for the Colts. The Colts secondary, it has little to no experience at all. There's none. DeLis Flowers has 15, 20 snaps. That's it. Besides Kenny Moore, Ronnie Thomas, Julian Blackman. But 2 of those are safeties, one's a slot. No experience on the boundary. Kenny Moore has played the boundary a little bit, but not enough. And he's not really a boundary corner. He struggles in the slot as it is at times. He's very inconsistent. Julius Brands can be good. He only practiced in training camp for what? 2 weeks? He's only been playing for 2 weeks since he has dealt with, I believe it has been a wrist injury. So the Jaguars losing to the Colts is very unlikely. The Colts will have to score over 50 points to beat the Jaguars, in my opinion. Would not shock me if the Jaguars score 42, 45, 48. Wouldn't shock me. If Trevor Lawrence is 60%, 70% of what he was in that second half versus the Chargers, the Jaguars will score 40-plus points. That might be... I don't even think that's a hot take. I think that's kind of like, yeah, the Colts secondary is that bad. You got Calvin Ridley, Christian Kirk, Evan Ingram, who is a very athletic and dynamic tight end, which the Colts are historically known for how bad they are versus tight ends. Travis Kelce, Mark Andrews, all the best tight ends always absolutely kill us. Now, Evan Ingram is not in that echelon of guys, but he's pretty good. He's shown to be pretty good with Trevor Lawrence. So, the Colts beating the Jaguars, I'm going to go hot. I know I said warm at first. The only reason why, I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to go hot. Even though I'm going to say that, the Colts offense and these running quarterbacks, these dual threat quarterbacks are very difficult to defend against in the beginning of the season. Defensive players are still getting in shape, still getting things figured out, schemes, new players, all that stuff. And no one has any film on the Anthony Richardson and Shane Steichen offense. No one. You could say preseason, but like I said earlier, preseason, they don't call anything they want to call in the regular season. They try to test players. They try to just get them experience in Anthony Richardson's case. But I think the offense is going to be so simplified. The Jags might be able to figure it out in quarter 2 or 3. Maybe half, it honestly could be that quick. I could see it. So, the Colts beating the Jags at home, I'm going hot. It's very, very unlikely, but I can see it because it's week 1. But I have to keep on this from a standpoint where it's realistic. You can't just say, because it's week 1, the Colts are going to beat them. I'm looking at both teams. The Jaguars have a much better football team, have a much better roster than the Colts. They're in much different places. Much different places. Well, next hot take we have here is from Head of the Table 23. Lions beat the Chiefs in game opener, 34-28. So we all know, the Lions get a chance to open up the season. The NFL could have picked any other team. They could have picked the Niners, the Eagles. Heck, I would go ahead and say the Cowboys. I would, and they'd probably go with another NFC team. But if they did go with an AFC team, it could have been the Bills, the Bengals, the Ravens. I can see it since Kelce isn't playing. Wait, Kelce isn't playing? Really? What? Seriously? Wow. He's in doubt. Yeah, it's a hyperextended knee. He probably won't play. Wow. Oh, I did not know that. Wow. Go Boys. No way. Agreed. Go Boys, go Cowboys. I'm rooting for your Cowboys this year a little bit. Not a fan of the Cowboys. I'm very high on their football team. They got some big talent. They just got to find a way to get the curse away in the playoffs. They got to break it. So, Lions beat the Chiefs. Game over 34-28. I did not know Travis Kelce was out. I did not know that. That, and plus, Chris Jones is probably out too. Yeah. So, yeah, that's arguably, not talking about Patrick Mahomes, that's the Chiefs' biggest player outside of quarterback. Who do they have in the boundary? Who else do they have at tight end? On the boundary, they do have Kadarius Toney, but we're gonna get back to this in a minute. Clipping that. Whatever. I hope the clip is right. I hope it's a good one when it's all said and done. But the Lions beat the Chiefs 34-28. So, it's the Lions' chance, as I was saying. They could have picked any other team. The Cowboys, Eagles, Niners, Bengals, Ravens. Heck, I'd even say Jets. That would have been an awesome Week 1 matchup. Just because Aaron Rodgers, Mahomes, both in the AFC. How are they going to start? But maybe that's, later in the season, Sunday night matchup. If they even are playing. I'm not sure. They probably are. The Lions beat the Chiefs. Now that Travis Kelce's out, the Lions have more of a shot. And, this is the Lions' chance. If the Lions get absolutely blown out, no Kelce and no Chris Jones, it's going to be like, Lions, we thought you were here for real. The NFL gave you a shot and you blew it. Give it another 20, 25 years, you're not coming back on. Nope, you blew it. You blew your shot. If they keep it close, if they win, okay, Lions are here to stay. But the chances of the Lions winning, we'll see how Goff plays. I want to see how Goff is going to be first. Is Goff going to be his old self, or is he going to be what he was last year? If Jared Goff was what he was last year, I think the Lions could win it. I think it's very possible. But that's the big question. And he's got a great, bright-minded offensive coordinator in Ben Johnson. Incredible. One of the best in the league, in my opinion. Very creative. Got the best out of Jared Goff we've seen. Honestly, that's the best season we've seen from Jared Goff. Sean McVay couldn't do that, but Ben Johnson did. That's saying something. Now, the offensive line is better, so he's not going to be pressured 24/7, especially with Chris Jones out. I'm going to go warm. Now that I know that Kelce is most likely out, could be out a couple of weeks. He hyperextended a knee. Chris Jones is out. Going to struggle to get pressure up the middle. I'm going warm. I still think it's unlikely. If you ask me, I'm taking Mahomes over Goff. I don't care what Goff has on the other side over there. I know he doesn't have the weapons like Mahomes. Well, don't forget, Mahomes will elevate his weapons like wild, like madman. Jared Goff can elevate his guys if he played like last year. But I think it's warm because it's unlikely that the Lions beat the Chiefs. But I could see it. The chance is definitely there. Any last thoughts you guys have in the comments for this one? Nope. All right, let's move on to the next one. All right, Tones. Tua leads the league in QBR after week 1. Okay. I like this one. This is one I wrote a few matchups down for the I don't know what I was going to say, but I wrote a few matchups down for week 1. Going to go through every single one. Lamar Jackson versus Houston. I actually think Houston is going to be the second best team in the AFC South. I think Houston's going to be pretty good this year. I think Houston is very underrated. They have a decent cornerback room, decent defensive line, good running backs. We'll see how Stroud plays, and we'll see how the Texans' offensive line plays. That's going to be big factors. But I think C.J. Stroud's going to be good. I think he's going to be decent. He's got some pretty damn good weapons. Now, will they get wide open? Will the offense be as simple as it was in Ohio State? No, it will not. It it will be a complex NFL offense. Not going to be as simplified and watered down as Ryan Day does it. So, I think this young secondary in Houston, besides Steven Nelson, you have Derek Stingley. You know, could he take the next step? And if he does, awesome. It's going to be even more difficult for Jackson. But I think this, you know, the weapons that the Ravens have, Rashad Bateman, OBJ, they have Andrews in the slot as well, just going to help. I can see Lamar having a very good rating. I don't see Lamar killing it as a lot of people may think he will. All right, then we got Trevor Lawrence versus the Colts. We talked about this earlier. I think Trevor Lawrence might have the best chance to do this. I mean, if he's, like I said, if he's 70, 80% of what he was in that Jaguars game, or in that, obviously, Jaguars. He's Jaguars quarterback, ding dong. If he's anything he was versus the Chargers, I can absolutely see Lawrence having a perfect, you know, I can see him having a perfect pass rating against the Colts. I think he's done it against the Colts. If not perfect, damn near perfect. The Colts suck against him. They struggled against him last year, and they had a much better secondary. And the year prior, they had a much better secondary. Now the secondary is worse, and the Jaguars have more weapons. What makes you think he's not going to do better? But there's no reason why he can't. Unless Trevor Lawrence's bad side just shows up the entire game. Which I find very difficult. Because I think he's going to have time. And I don't think he's going to have a problem against this Colts team. I can't see it. I just don't. You know, our Colts defensive line may be getting better, especially up the middle. Might get a lot of pressure up the middle, and that makes it very difficult. That's sometimes the worst pressure you get because you can't step up. Very difficult to evade. Made it what I miss. So we were just talking about Travis Kelce. He hyperextended his knee. He's most likely out versus the Lions. I know. I just found that out. Jags fan just let me know. That's wild. What other hot takes did we go through? Head of the table. And the Colts beat the Jags. But, back to this one. Tua leads the league in QBR after week 1. I think Trevor Lawrence has the best chance to have the best QBR after week 1. Like I said, the Colts secondary is highly inexperienced. We'll see how the defensive line plays if we get consistent pressure from the inside and the outside. And if we could, maybe we could rattle Lawrence once or twice, maybe have him throw a pick, which will make it difficult for him make it more difficult for him to have the best QBR week 1. But I mean, it wouldn't shock me if he doesn't throw an interception. It wouldn't shock me if he throws for, you know, he's 25 for 28, and 350 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 4 touchdowns I could see. It's just this Colts passing defense is that bad. It's that bad. So Trevor Lawrence having the best QBR, it's there. It's possible. Now, Mahomes versus Detroit. I was singing the video. I was making the video, but then I had to stop. I had to go do something quick. And I said, why don't we just do it live? It's week 1. Let's do it live for week 1. And, you know, it's even better. So, now that we learned that Travis Kelce is out. Tua, who's that? Damn, he pulling the Tua. He pulling the Tua. You get it? You know, Tua. Okay. He's pulling a Tua. But, damn. Who's Tua? Do you really not? No, you know who that is. You know who that is. But, then you have... Yeah, so we were talking about Mahomes versus Detroit. It's Mahomes. Anything's possible. But losing Kelce and playing a Detroit team that is improving, Aiden Hutchinson in his second year, you know, there's only so much Mahomes can do if these receivers can't get open versus the veteran cornerbacks that Detroit signed. You have Tony. I'm pretty sure he will be able to get open. Sky Moore, Rashee Rice. There's a lot of big-time playmakers in this offense. I don't see why some of these guys can't get open once in a while. But I don't think Mahomes has the best pass rating after week 1. I'm not putting it past him. It's 100% possible. I can see it. It's Mahomes. He could do that versus anyone. So, I'm going to go... No, we still haven't finished yet. Dak versus the Giants. I think Dak Prescott could have one of the highest QBR ratings after week 1. So, Giants defense versus the Dallas offense is not a good mix. It's not a good matchup for the Giants defense. Giants like to run a lot of man coverage, a lot of exotic blitzes with Wink Martindale. That's good against certain... That's much better against certain offenses. But in today's day and age, when you're playing an offense that has receivers like CeeDee Lamb that can separate like it's nothing, Brandon Cooks, fast and can separate and can catch. CeeDee could catch too. Although CeeDee has dropped a few passes once in a while here and there. Michael Gallup. This Dallas offense is potent. You have Tony Pollard in the backfield. Who are you going to have covering Tony Pollard coming out of the backfield? Or Deuce Vaughn at that. You know, are they going to have linebackers covering him? Are you going to have an extra DB out there trying to track him down? And then sleeper for week 1. I could see Cowboys tight end. I believe it's Jake Ferguson. I could see him have a breakout year this year. I could see it. I think they drafted Schumacher, too. I don't remember who else they drafted, but they drafted someone else. That was good. I don't think it was Schumacher. That might have been the Packers. Let's see. Let's check it out real fast. All right, so Cowboys depth chart. Let's see who their tight ends are. I'm pretty sure tight end Jake Ferguson. Yeah, Luke Schumacher. So I was right. Okay. So Jake Ferguson could have a big breakout year this year. Remember, Dak Prescott likes his tight ends. He threw to Dalton Schultz a lot. Jeff Swam. He loves his tight ends. It's his bread and butter. I see Jake Ferguson having a big time breakout year. I can see it. He's very athletic. Can catch the football. Watch out. Watch out for Jake Ferguson. But back to Dak Prescott having possibly a high rating versus the Giants. I could see Dak Prescott either throwing 2 interceptions or none. It could be a ton or none. That's what I could see from Dak versus the Giants. Versus man, it may seem like someone's getting beat, but then, someone catches up or you get fooled and you throw a pick. He's aggressive too, so it's possible. But is this young cornerback room going to be able to cover CeeDee Lamb, to cover Michael Gallup, Brandon Cooks? Brandon Cooks is one of the most underrated players in the league. Please. He's going to be great. He's going to be great with Dak. Are these young cornerbacks and Trey Hawkins, Deonte Banks, going to be able to hang with them all day? Go to us. Okay. I was just making sure. You're scaring me there for a second. But I can see Dak either having... I can see him... I can see him even throwing 2 interceptions or none. But... And then the next one we got here is Geno versus Seattle. Geno Smith versus Seattle. Goodness gracious. Listen to me. Geno Smith versus the Rams. So the chances of Geno Smith having the highest QB rating in week 1 playing the Rams is pretty good, honestly. Got very good receivers. Offensive line's getting better. The running game's going to be good. Zach Charbonnet, Kenneth Walker. You have good tight end Noah Fant. There's no reason why he cannot have the highest QB rating. He's a more accurate passer, good in the red zone. He was fantastic last year. Great anticipation. He shows some great traits in terms of it translating from season to season success consistently. Now, I just want to try that. Now, it is a divisional game. So I can see it being Dak is best in Giants. I think so too. Toads, what's good, bros? What's good, man? Welcome. I appreciate you for stopping by. What's going on, family? As we're just talking about yours too, we're still going through yours. What's up? Dak is... I think the Cowboys are gonna beat the Giants this weekend too. You'll see. I'm struggling to talk this time. I apologize. My predictions are coming out tomorrow, so keep on the lookout. Keep on the watch out. Whatever. So I could only see Geno Smith and the Seahawks struggling because it's week 1. But I mean, Geno Smith, Tyler Lockett, DK Metcalf, and Noah Fant all having 2 years under their belt together. I find it very difficult for them to be out of sync, having a whole nother offseason. Whole nother offseason, not to just learn the plays and to learn the system for Geno, but to grow the chemistry between him and then even JSN. They have JSN now too. So I can see Geno Smith having the best QB rating in week 1. I'm just interested to see how he performs. Because we see many times a veteran kills it. You know, we got these weird seasons from a player coming out of nowhere. They have one incredible season. Is he going to be one of the biggest one-year wonders we've ever seen? Because he was like a top 10 quarterback last year. Can he repeat it? When you're as accurate as he was last year, when you have that anticipation and you've sat and learned the game for years and years and years, I find it difficult for him not to be able to do what he did last year. But whole offseason of tape. Teams have had a whole offseason to figure it out. They weren't used to this kind of offense. They were used to a Russell Wilson running his head, running in the backfield like a chicken with his head chopped off. They weren't used to a pocket passer like Geno. So, is that what screwed everyone up? Possibly. Because it seemed like towards, the end of the season, they kind of slowed down too. Right? So, we'll see. We'll see. But they did have more weapons. JSN, they drafted Zach Charbonnet. Whether Geno Smith is great in the passing game, the running game is going to be pretty damn good. Offensive line is getting much better. You have a pretty good 1-2 punch with Zach Charbonnet and Kenneth Walker. I love both of the running backs. But we'll see. We'll see if Geno can keep it going. I appreciate you, the Cool Cats, for being here for a little while. See you later. Have a good night. Have a good day at school tomorrow. I'll see you later, man. Wait, today's Tuesday, Hot Day Tuesday, so you got Wednesday. Hump Day. Come on, man. Get through Hump Day, and you're almost there. Then you only got Thursday and Friday. You too, Tones. You too. I know. I think you said you have school too, but in the Discord, you said. So, and then last but not least, I have one more that I want to talk about that I did not talk about, and you guys might be like, huh? Who? Sam Howell versus the Arizona Cardinals. I think Sam Howell is a decent quarterback. I think he can be the future for Washington. He's got a lot of great traits. He can be very good. Good footwork. Great leader. He's got good weapons. Now the offensive line isn't great. And the entire Arizona Cardinals defense is pretty buns. Pretty crap, right? So I think Sam Howell can be one of those quarterbacks that start off really strong and may fizzle out throughout the season. But, he had a whole offseason to work with Jahan Dotson, Terry McLaurin. He has a lot of really good weapons. You do indeed have school tomorrow. Yeah. Hey, one day at a time, and you enjoy it while you can, But, yeah, I'll try not to be too long considering you have school. I understand that a lot of you guys have schools, so I don't want to be here too long. I want to talk about the hot takes, but I want to talk about them in length and, give my honest thought on them. But I understand a lot of you guys have school, so I don't want to be up too late, because what's the point if I'm not talking, no one can listen to me, Live. It's even better live. That's the point of doing it live, but it is what it is. So, I think Sam Howell can be a dark horse for this one. But Tua leads the league in QBR after week 1. I looked up all these different matchups, but I didn't see who Tua plays. Who the Dolphins play. So NFL Week 1 matchups. Of course, figures I look up all these different matchups, but I don't mark down the Dolphins. Dolphins are playing the Chargers. Ooh, the Chargers have a really bad secondary as well. Really bad. I could see it. I could 100% see it. I'm gonna go warm. Now, it might be a little wild considering you have. I mean, you know what? I think the second. I think Lawrence might have it though. No, I'm gonna go with Tua because I think Tua has the better weapons, more yards after the catch, which helps Tua's QBR. I mean, the Jaguars are playing an absolutely horrible Colts secondary with no experience. So I'm gonna go warm. I think it's unlikely. I'll say unlikely because you have some of these other matchups in Lawrence and Trevor Lawrence versus Indy, and Geno Smith versus Seattle. But I could see it. Considering who they're playing, we'll see how J.C. Jackson can play this year. He didn't play very good last year. It was pretty bad. Chargers gave him a big contract. No, bro, it's only 8:30. Or you what? Or 8. I apologize. Almost 8. That's right. I forget that, not everyone lives in Eastern time zone. So I got to remember that. I always forget. Always. So I'm going to go warm. I'm just saying unlikely because there's a few other candidates that have the ability to do so. But, I mean, this isn't a divisional matchup either. So maybe that's got a ledge on it because sometimes divisional matchups are weird. And it's week 1. It could be extra weird. But looking at it objectively, the teams, I think it's definitely possible. I'm going warm because I think it's possible he has the highest, but there's other quarterbacks that have favorable matchups as well. So, yeah, I better start taking my time because I'm stuttering so much. So, yeah, I'm going warm for that one. This one, Silver Sabs, Michael Thomas goes for 130-plus yards and 3 touchdowns. I think this one's wild. Right off the bat, I'm saying that. Look, if this was... Let's see what the Saints are playing quick. I don't know my matchups yet. I'm doing predictions tomorrow. Titans. Ooh, yeah. The Titans have a very good defense. Honestly, I think this Titans defense is going to be the only reason why they have 5, 6, or like 5 to 7 wins. I think they're going to win some games just because of their defense. Their defense is wild. Now, their offense, it's a little bit of a different story. Definitely some question marks in the offensive line. How good is Hopkins going to be? Is Traylon Burks going to be able to make to take that next step? How is Chig going to do? He is a tight end that they have. I cannot pronounce his name. Just look up the Titans tight end and you see if you can pronounce it yourself because I cannot. But if you could, give me the pronunciation in the comments. Even though I could just look it up. Just give it to me if you'd like to. If not, whatever. Michael Thomas score from 130 plus I just think it's wild. Because there's a lot of volume on that offense. Now, Kamara isn't there. There's a lot of volume on that offense. You have Chris Olave, and Derek Carr likes to spread the ball around. I think they re-signed. I think they signed Jimmy Graham too. But, is he going to play? And if he does, is it going to be 100%? And, is he going to be anything he was? I guess you could say prime Michael Thomas because he had that 1 year where he was absolutely wild. And I think Carr is absolutely an upgrade. But don't forget, when Michael Thomas had that year, he had Drew Brees. Derek Carr is no Drew Brees. Derek Carr is good. He's not great. He's no Drew Brees. I like the way I'm saying that. I don't know why. He's no Drew Brees. But Michael Thomas going for 130 and 3 touchdowns, I just don't see it. I don't even know if the Saints scored 3 touchdowns against that Titans defense. Now, it's week 1, so offenses definitely have an advantage tape-wise. So maybe the offense scores 3, but saying Michael Thomas is going to score all 3, 130-plus yards against a very talented Titans defense, one of the best defenses in the league, I think this one's piping. I think this one's piping hot. But, weird things happen in week 1, so... But I will definitely take the flag if he does not. Or if he does. I will eat crow. Last but not least, Goldford 307's hot take. Dak Prescott throws 2 picks against the Giants in week 1. As I said earlier, I can see Dak Prescott throwing either two interceptions or none. It's that kind of extreme with Dak Prescott. It's either he's going to throw 2, he's going to throw none. He's that type of quarterback. He's like Brett Favre 2.0. He's very aggressive. Throws a lot of picks. And if you actually look at the stat comparison, the career stats between Matthew Stafford and Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott has played about half the games Matthew Stafford has, yet has thrown for like less the amount of interceptions that Matthew Stafford is. No, I think it's like the same. And I think people forget, everyone loves Matthew Stafford. Everyone hates on Dak Prescott for throwing interceptions. How about we talk about Matthew Stafford? Granted, Stafford won a Super Bowl. Granted, he has played for a much lesser of a franchise, but let's not kid ourselves. He had some seasons there where he had some pretty good receivers. But we all talk about, and everyone loves Matthew Stafford, but when they talk about Dak Prescott throwing interceptions, it becomes a problem. And it's understandable. When you throw a lot of interceptions, it especially hurts in the playoffs. And it hurts that they run man too. Because man coverage, you're going to give up yards. 2 picks for the Giants defense is crazy. I agree. But Dak Prescott is also very aggressive and can make questionable decisions at times. But I agree with you because that Giants secondary, the front 7 might be one of the best in the league. You have KT, Dexter Lawrence. I don't know if they still have Leonard Williams, or if they do, even better. I always forget. I think it's Azeez Ojulari. He was incredible the first year. They traded for Boogie Basham. That front 7 is insane. And they have good linebackers, too. Bobby Okereke is a good backer. You have Isaiah Simmons, who can play linebacker, slot cornerback, safety. You can play anywhere. You traded for him, 7th round pick. We're going to hurt there. But my issue with that secondary and them getting 2 picks is how inexperienced the cornerback room. It's kind of the same situation as the Colts. But Deontay Baker and Julius Brents are a bit different cornerback styles. I think Deontay may be more ready. He may be a little better right out the gate. We'll see. But it is very similar to the Colts situation. You're playing a quarterback who has been in the league for a couple years now, who has thrown for a crap load of touchdowns, a ton of yards. Look at the weapons he has in CeeDee Lamb. Michael Gallup. Brandon Cooks. I swear, if I better not see anyone talking any crap on Brandon Cooks. They're looking at Brandon Cooks, like he's easily the second wide receiver, as if he's not that good of a receiver. Do people forget that Brandon Cooks had like multiple 1,000 yard seasons in a row with like 3 different teams in like a couple different years? Brandon Cooks is insane. And he's always gotten the job done. Doesn't matter who the quarterback's been. He was with Houston for the last couple of years. Now last year was the first year he didn't have a 1,000 yard season in a while. But I mean, look at the situation, and look what he's done previously with that situation in Houston the year before, the year prior. Come on, man, come on. Brandon Cooks is so good, and then Michael Gallup is an incredible deep threat as well. He just makes some catches here and there that you're like, huh? There's no way he just made that catch. But then he just dropped some passes. And he has injury concerns. But I'm telling you, man, this Cowboys team is going to be good this year. And I've been hyping them up quite a bit. I've had many people tell me that they think I'm a closet Dallas Cowboys fan. Absolutely not. I'm Colts ride or die. I just think the Cowboys have a really good football team, and I'm excited because I tend to like players that a lot of people don't like. I know a lot of people don't like Dak. But, I mean, the arguments they make against him are crazy. He throws too many interceptions. Okay, how about Matthew Stafford? Granted, he won the bowl. He has a ring. But I mean, Dak Prescott has played about half the amount of games, yet has a half amount of interceptions that Matthew Stafford has thrown. Granted, lesser franchise, but in worse situation for Stafford, almost every year. But I'm telling you, man, Dak Prescott is a very good quarterback. I don't like how so many people just look at him as like, throws too many interceptions. That's it. That's lazy. Brett Favre threw the most interceptions in NFL history. He still holds the record. Are you going to say Brett Favre was horrible? Are you going to say Brett Favre was bad? Are you? That's what I thought. Dak is a good quarterback. Very good. And it's going to be very difficult for that Giant secondary, young and experienced secondary, to get 2 picks against him. We'll see. But I'm going to go piping hot for this one. I'm going piping hot. So, we are currently at 42 minutes in the live. That is the last hot take. Hold on. Let's switch to our normal setting here. Okay. Let's take that. Let's actually just replace that. So if you guys have anything that you want to talk about for the last 20 or so minutes, drop it. Because we're just going to talk football for the last 20 minutes. That's it for Hot Take Tuesday, but I like to get to an hour. I know I said I want to get off early because, some of you have school. But, I mean, I forgot a lot of you guys are in Eastern time. I know some aren't, or I forgot a lot of you guys aren't in Eastern time. So, I don't know. Is that what I said? I don't know. But, you are a closet Cowboys fan. Of course, you like Colts more, though. I'm 100% Colts, ride or die. The Cowboys are just one of those teams for me this year that you get excited about. Honestly. Like, you can't tell me there's a team. Like, I know some of you have had a team where you've just been excited for them. So you're kind of like rooting for that team that year. Look at the Lions. Everyone's rooting for the Lions, right? In a way. I don't see, like, what's wrong with rooting for the Cowboys? Just because of the Cowboys, man. I'm telling you, I think the Cowboys are going to be good this year. Can they break the playoff curse? If they do it, this is the year they do it. Dak, Cowboys, don't let me down. I will be eating crow like crazy. I will be hearing crap till the end of time. Thoughts on the Kelsey injury? I missed that part of the Chiefs take. So it was a hyperextended knee. So, let me see. Let me confirm. So, initially they thought it was like a really bad injury, like it would end the season. But it's a partial tear of the PCL. The PCL is one of the ligaments in your knee. So let's see. So I'm not sure when he suffered it. So Paris Campbell actually had an injury like this in week 3 a couple of years ago. He was out the rest of the year. But this is the tweet from Ian Rappaport. Star tight end Travis Kelce's status is in doubt for Thursday night's opener versus the Lions because of his knee injury. But sources tell me, in Tom Pelissero, it's not believed to be a long-term injury. They'll wait for swelling to go down from there. So, they're saying it's not believed to be a long-term injury. So they're not saying for sure it's not. If it was a tear, I think we would know. But they're not ruling it out. They're not ruling out a tear of, maybe the PCL and how bad it is. They don't know. You don't know until the swelling goes down. This was very similar to how the Barkley situation went down. The Saquon Barkley situation was he tore like the ACL, MCL, and PCL. I think he tore all 3. So you're definitely going to be out all year for that. You're out all year just with the ACL or MCL. I think MCL, you're out all year. I'm pretty sure. PCL, yeah. So they really don't know until the swelling goes down. They really don't. They have no clue. But they don't think it's long term. So, if I have to give, I could be way off. I'm giving my estimate, my guess. Hyperextended knee can be a partial tear in the PCL. A partial tear in the PCL, I think, is like anywhere from 2 or 3 weeks to maybe 8 or 9. Let me see. I'm going to look it up on Google. Partial, which, how long can a hyper-extended knee keep a player out? It's a temporary injury that shouldn't have long-term impacts on your health or ability to play the sports you love. If you experience a severe injury that requires surgery, so if he needs any kind of surgery, it could be at least a few months that Google is saying. That's rough. I almost drafted him a few times in fantasy this year, and I know, Ryan, you did. I would be so mad. I almost drafted him a few times too. I almost did. But I'm like, nah, man, I gotta, plus he was taken really early. I don't think I really had the chance to take him early, that early in any league. But I think he was actually gone. But I probably would have taken him if I was high enough. Which I think you actually took him right before me in our ESPN league, which was wild. Kelsey owners. Yeah, big time. Wait, no, maybe that was the other one. I don't remember if you got Kelsey in this one or not. You might have, but I don't remember in the ESPN one. So let me see. I actually have a video that you guys could watch. He's a very good YouTuber, and he will probably have the Travis Kelsey thing here. Don't forget, Cooper Kupp had a hamstring setback too. Okay. Travis Kelsey, the injury, positive update. Okay, let me see if I could screen share this maybe. If not, I'll post a link in the comments. All right, let's see. Let's see if we could, because I don't know which monitor is labeled as which in OBS, and I'm not even sure if the volume will pop up, will work. But we can try it. I didn't want to choose him, but his upside compared to other players, not including Tyreek. Yeah, I get it. I would have done the same thing too in your situation, 100%. All right, let's see. Let's get the main scene out of here. Let's see if we get my camera in the... Let's see, maybe this is it. There we go. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to hear it. Let's see if I go full screen. There we go. This guy's great. If you guys need fantasy advice, this is the guy to go to. Like, he gives the best updates on injuries. He literally does it for a living. Like, this doctor stuff. This is what I call it. So, just gonna... Oh my gosh. This is a disaster. Alright. Oh my gosh. This is a disaster. Alright, let's just keep it right here. Alright. Let's see if you guys can hear it.
So, thankfully providing a good update for none other than Darren Waller for Travis Kelsey, who is unfortunately dealing with a hyperextended knee, which basically means that his knee kind of went like this. And we weren't sure if this was the left knee or the right knee. It sounds like it indeed was the left knee, which is the one he had cartilage injuries with about almost 10 years ago to the day. It was 2 days ago. And nonetheless, this could have been really, really bad, and it sounds like he got lucky. So what are we likely dealing with here? A combination of a bone bruise, which is swelling within the bone, which just takes time to go away. He might have a small little meniscal tear, but not enough to be concerning. And he's probably got some spraining or stretching of some of the ligaments inside of the knee, probably the ACL, probably the PCL, but a little bit of stretch. We'll think of like an elastic band, and now it's got a little bit more play. They're going to do rehab on it. He's going to do some probably cold therapy. I would personally inject it, but we'll see how it plays out. But nonetheless, there is a good chance he comes back relatively soon. I do not think week 1 is realistic. It's just too risky for his knee. He may want to play, but it's not in his best interest for for his health and for the long-term health of the team for him to actually play in week 1 because he suffered this injury 2 days before. There's just not enough time to heal. Additionally, we're looking at probably 2 to 3 weeks, I think is a realistic scenario. Week 2 is possible depending on how much damage and inflammation there is. It really depends on how he's feeling. Remember, he is a little bit older. I think he's 33 now, which makes it obviously tougher to heal than if he was 23. And he has that history of injury to that knee 10 years ago, so there is a little bit of issues there. So nonetheless, I expect him to be back relatively in the next 2 to 4 weeks, we'll say. I don't think week 1 is realistic. I would not trade him because he's so elite, but you maybe consider trading for him. Noah Gray becomes an immediate boost, and maybe some of the other guys on the field. But right now, no huge red flags. It sounds like he got lucky. He's got swelling, he's got pain, he's got bone bruising, maybe a little bit of overstretching of the ligaments, but no big red flags, at least as per this tweet. If you like the video, do me a favor, smash a thumbs up, subscribe, and check out some of the other videos here at the Fantasy Doctors.
Okay, were you guys able to hear that? If you guys weren't, you guys probably would have left. The view count probably would have went down. So I'm assuming you guys all heard that, which is pretty good. Now, how do I get it down? How do I get it down? Can I just get it out? Okay, there we go. So that was the update from him. So it sounds like he could be back like like week 3 or 4. He said he did have some swelling. He said it best. Your best bet. Okay, good. I'm not gonna explain it too much then. So he didn't really give a timetable, but that sounded positive from what they know so far. But he's also stating that there is that chance that it is more serious. Maybe he's out half the season. Maybe he's out the first month. Maybe he's only out 1 or 2 games. Really don't know until that swelling goes down. So, there's your answer, man. There's your answer. Have you ever watched him before?
Keep him up to date on.
Go check him out. He's actually got some really good stuff. Like, he updates on every player you could think of. What he did, I guess, is Mark Andrews doing with some injury issues. He's got wide receiver injury updates, running back injury updates 1 day ago, quarterback injury updates yesterday. The Cooper Kupp thing. He's usually on the ball with the injuries, especially when they come out like this Travis Kelce stuff. It came out like 6 hours ago, like 8 hours ago. And the video came out 6 hours ago. The update came out 4 hours ago. So he's a great guy to check out. Great guy to check out. I keep an eye on him, on his stuff. If someone has a player on my team, I literally look this guy up and see if he's made a video on him. And more likely than not, especially if he's a bigger player, the video is already up. It is positive. It would be safer to send out week 1. How do you like Higbee this week? At the Chargers? We'll see. I'd be careful with the Chargers. I'm just not. I mean, Herbert's very good. Obviously. One of the best in the league. Top 5. But, I mean, I trade you commit. I don't know what you have that I want, though. I don't remember what you have. But I have a few tight ends that I want to pick up. Oh, he's on the Rams. Oh, I think I'm thinking of Everett. He'd be on the Rams. They're playing Seahawks. Ugh. Yeah, that might be rough. Man, that's tough. I really feel for Travis Kelce fantasy owners. I really dodged a bullet this year. Oh, my goodness. But, hey, man, I got Kittle in my league. He's just as bad with injuries. But I also have Brock Purdy. My man Brock Purdy better go out there and kill it for me. But I do have Mahomes in one league. I have Dak Prescott in another league, which, you know what, guys, I'm not even gonna answer that, the Cowboys stuff. What is going on with my phone? Let's see. Viking star wide receiver could sign long-term extension very soon. Okay. Joe Burrow. Something similar to Joe Burrow, too. There's optimism that Bengals QB reaches agreement on extension before start 2023. So we might see some extensions in the upcoming next few days. All right. All right. All right, family. Let's see. How long are we into this stream? What are we at? 55 minutes. I think I'm going to head off. I think we're close enough to an hour. So that's all I got from you guys. I mean, there's a few tight ends that you can pick up on the waiver wire. There are a lot of good tight ends on the waiver wire. I'm not going to say all of them because one of them I hope I pick up. I hope I get him. I did not go and pick him up yet because I had too much roster space. I didn't know who to go get, but let's see. So many possible extensions. I don't know. 2 big-time players, too. 2 LSU guys. Getting ready to cash in. So, yeah, family. That's all I got from me. Thank you for tuning in to the JDW Sports Talk Show where every fan is welcome. If you enjoy Colts content, NFL content, Hot Take Tuesday, make sure you like, subscribe, put the post notification bell on so you don't miss any future videos, stuff like this. Join the Discord so you can be... I'm glad I could stop by. Appreciate you. I'm glad you could too. As everyone. Y'all are great. Honestly, great. Love the audience. Every single one of you. I appreciate you to the moon and back. From the bottom of my heart. Alright, guys. That's it. Oh. As, before I forget, as like I always forget, we always shout out our members. Thank you to our members, Marshman Gunner and Red the Rat. They've been members for a little while now. I appreciate you too. But I want all of you to know, never feel like you have to become a member to be part of the JDW Sports Talk Show community. You don't need a member to be part of the community, honestly. But you do become a member. You're giving a little extra to the show. I'm giving a little extra to you. It's just business, man. Business. But I do appreciate you guys. Thank you for tuning in to the JW Sports Talk Show where every fan is welcome. I'll see you tomorrow.